Here you go, Giovanni.
Oh, thanks, Mum. And it looks really good.
Good morning, guys. Well, it's afternoon now. So I'm gonna prep my peas for tomorrow's Sunday dinner. So I'm gonna soak my peas. So I'm getting the peas. Now I'm gonna soak it. I soak my peas overnight because it's more easier when I'm cooking it. And while I'm gonna soak it, I'm gonna add 2 pegs of garlic in the soaking process overnight. There you go. Then I'm gonna rinse my garlic and just pop them in there. So I'm preparing. I'm gonna cook tomorrow Sunday, and I'm gonna cook COWFOOT and another meat. I'm not sure what other meat it's gonna be. If it's gonna be roast chicken, fried chicken, but it's gonna be chicken. So here I have got my COWFOOT in this bowl of water. It's not, so I'm gonna clean the COWFOOT now. It's COWFOOT and COWFOOT without the bone. So I didn't buy it, my husband bought it. So you got COWFOOT with the bone. They sell COWFOOT with the bone and COWFOOT without the bone. So when I'm buying COWFOOT, I told him, do not buy. I don't like when you go to butchers and buy mixed meat. You know, like in the butchers, they got meats already chopped up. I don't like that. Because you already got like some old meat, some meat that's tougher than some. So I don't normally buy that. If I'm going to buy a piece of, say if I'm going to buy a piece of lamb leg, I just buy the whole leg. Or if I'm going to buy oxtail, I buy a whole tail, not chopped up pieces in the butcher's, no. So guys, I had a little accident. My son came in here and he distracted me. You know, like I said, that this knife is sharp, and it touched my finger, and trust me. So now I've got band-aid on my finger here. I'd have to put on the gloves. See now, you see the difference now? All after they've been scraped. So now I'm gonna get my vinegar in. Piece of lime here, only use piece of lemon. You don't have to use vinegar and lemon. You don't have to. It's either one or the other, or some people you can use both if you choose. But make sure it's either one or the other, either vinegar, lemon, or lime, or both. Make sure you wash your meat with something. So here I am, meat's already washed and drained. So I'm gonna add my seasoning, and for this I'm gonna put in a pressure cooker because you know everybody know that gas price is high at the moment. So I'm gonna put in a pressure cooker called COWFOOT will done your gas if you ain't got a pressure cooker. So I'm gonna add in my thyme and star of the show, my green season, which I made yesterday. I'm just gonna add 1 spoonful of green seasoning. That's all I'm gonna add to this. Put that aside. Then I'm gonna add sage, oregano, Remember, everyone season the meat to their liking. Everyone do stuff different. So a little bit of basil. And I've got my pimento. My one from Jamaica is finished, so I have to buy it from the shops. Pimento. So I'm got in my little wash. Well, this pimento look different from the one that I have from Jamaica, boy. But the one from Jamaica, when I beat it, it come out like powder. Don't normally take me this long. See? Then I'm gonna sprinkle it on. Put that aside. Then I have a little bit of garlic powder. As well, I'm going to use fresh garlic and ginger as well. A little bit of cayenne pepper. And my seasoning. Alright guys, I got this from Lidl. Very good seasoning. But you have to always make sure, remember that, to shake it. Shake it before you use it. I would say this is Maggie. I would say this is Maggie cousin. Then the star of the show, Better Pack. Got this from Jamaica. I'm gonna put some curry on the COWFOOT as well. When I'm cooking it, I'm gonna burn some as well. There's another little chips. A bit more. There's a little bit more. Let's see. And you're gonna sprinkle, when you're doing curry, sprinkle a little bit of oil, just a little bit, just to help it marinate, just a little bit. Now I'm gonna grate on my garlic. You can cut it up, the garlic, if you want to, if you choose. I just find this way more easier. More than cut it in it. Just everything just go. So grated garlic. Next, a piece of ginger. We're cooking curry. You know, curry and ginger go hand in hand. And I don't like when I'm eating my curry and then, ooh, they thought this is a big piece of meat. When you look, no, it's a big piece of ginger. So I like to grate on my ginger as well. The worst feeling ever when you're eating curry and you're biting a big piece of ginger. I don't like it. If you like it, that's fine, but I don't like that at all. Aside. Now I'm gonna rub it up, marinate it. one more little tips of something. A little piece of pepper. Let me a piece of pepper there. Or a piece of Mr. Salt. You should use Mr. Salt. Hold it up in front of the video and talk about it. Guys, this bag of pepper is from Jamaica, and this is all I've got left. Yes, we call this Mr. Star, bad pepper from Jamaica. Yeah, so I'm going to take a piece of Mr. Star and drop it in here. Guys, I won't be putting any onion now in here because it's going in a pressure cooker. So when the meat is almost time, like half an hour to go or 20 minutes to go, then I would add in the onion and more pepper and stuff like that. Almost every piece of the meat got a touch of something on it. Yeah. Guys, remember my peas were soaking from last night, so as you can see, my peas is now fully hydrated. So everything goes in. Then I'm going to add a bit of salt. You got to taste your pot. This salt in here is just to help to cook the peas. It's not to help cooking the peas, giving the peas flavor. Because remember, the peas was a dry peas. It's not a fresh peas. I'm just giving it a little bit of flavor here. So now the pot is boiling up. So now I'm going to sink my peas. So I'm going to add a little bit more salt. I think I'm going to add a little bit. I find the weight. I've misplaced it. Without the weight, the pressure cooker can't work. So you need to have your weight, or if you have the new up-to-date pressure cooker where the weight is built in the cover. So I'm adding my weight now. So I'm going to let that stay there. And so as you can hear, it's starting to pressure now. And I'm going to pressure it for 5 minutes and check. And 5, you can't just be pressuring because it will turn to mush. So I'm going to put the peas, check for 5 pressure. So I'm going to start the timer now, 5 minutes. Then I'll check how far the peas has cooked. Then I'll come back. In the meantime, I'm going to be frying my plantains. So here I am. I've got 3 plantains which I'm going to cut and chop it on my cutting board into diagonal shapes. And then I'm going to fry the plantains. So basically I'm just adding the plantains to the pot, making sure the pot is not too overcrowded to fry the plantains. Then I'm just finishing cutting the rest of the plantains, so I'm just prepping as I go. Here I here I'm just taking out the plantain that's already been fried, just to put in some more plantains until all the plantains are finished fried. Then I'm going to just run some cold water on it. Guys, please, whatever you do, please do not force your pressure cooker open. Do not force your pressure cooker open. Just pour some, or you hurt yourself. Just run some cold water on it. Until on here, my safety mechanism is this red thing right here. When it drops, that means the pressure is down. As you can see, it drop. I'm going to take the lid off. No more steam is coming out. So I can now turn the water off. And just give it a 2 little minutes. And then I'm going to open the pressure cooker. Camera back a little bit. So I'm just going to put it on here and show you guys. Easy, actually, easily open. And get my, I'm checking it. So now I'm going to stop pressuring here. As you can see, some is already open. And while some is still intact, so I'm going to stop pressure here. Stop the pressuring process right here. Because my piece is cooked where I want it to cook. And my garlic is still here. As you can see, you can just easily smash out in the pot. Smash out my garlic. So there you go. The peas are still whole, but soft. So I'm going to stop my pressuring processing right here. So now I'm going to transfer my peas to the pot which I'm going to cook the rice and peas in. Guys, take your time, please be careful. Just take your time and pour. So make sure everything is out. So everything is out, pot is empty. I'm going to light this pot, light this one. And in this one, so in the pot, to season the pot, I'm going to add my green pepper, which is from Jamaica. This is my last green pepper, as in color, last green pepper. And I'm going to add my thyme. Remember, I wash my thyme in. If you watch my green season video, thyme. Also, I've got a bag of frozen spring onion. I'm going to just cut these. You don't have to cut them if you don't want to. They're frozen because I had a lot, so I just wash them for them not to spoil. Cut like that, just to release though. Just to release the flavor. And I've got sweet pepper. I'm just going to cut it in 2 pieces there. And I've got a pepper. This one is spoiling, washed, is spoiling. I'm gonna cut. I'm just gonna cut a piece, 2 pieces in there. This is a seasoned pepper. So you know what? This pepper don't smell strong, so I'm gonna put all of this pepper in there, but without the seed. without the seed. Then I'm going to sprinkle some parsley. Remember, I'm seasoning my pot, season to taste. You put whatever you want to put in your one. I'm just putting what I want to put in my one. A little bit of basil and a little bit of oregano. Remember, I'm seasoning to taste. I've already put some of my Maggie cousin in. So fork in. Guys, I'm going to put you onto something right now. Let me throw this part of the pepper. I'm going to put you onto something. You see this coconut milk here? To me, in my opinion, is the best on the market. Reason being, it's 81. I don't know if you can see, 81% coconut extract. Other brands, I'm not calling any name, they are 28%. Look, always check. When you're buying anything, always check what makes up the ingredients of the product. See, you can hardly hear it. Hard to shake. I'm going to put this in. Don't say I didn't tell you about anything. This coconut milk. So I'm going to use 2. If you want to know where I get this coconut milk from, just ask in the comment section. Not on our waist, not on our dash. I'm drilling out every single thing. Everything. I'm gonna cover it up. Then so my pressure cooker is here. I'm gonna start cooking my COWFOOT now. Put the cover back on. Flame up until it starts. So let's cook this COWFOOT now. And then I'm gonna burn some curry. I'm gonna burn some curry before I start. My pimento, I'm gonna add it to my rice and peas pot as well. And just give it a stir. So the pot is hot. I'm gonna add a little bit of oil to the pot. Just a little bit of oil so I can burn my curry. I'm just gonna add one, maybe this much, or maybe a little bit more, and let it burn. Please, the curry burns. So here I'm gonna add my COWFOOT. Remember, this COWFOOT is just for me and my husband, or maybe my big son, or the rest of the kids, the ones don't really eat. And stir, try to get everything coated with the curry. Kettle boil. I'm going to add a little tips of water, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, the pepper is, woo! Pepper is strong. Guys, the pepper, the heat is on in here. Like this. Yep, like that. I'm just trying to coat everything with that burnt curry. Everything with that burnt curry. Now I'm going to add some water to some kettle water. Remember, guys, please don't use cold water. And just pour it on the side. A bit more. Guys, remember I'm cooking cow foot. It's very tough. Some more water to cover the cow foot. Now I'm going to cover the cow foot. So just enough water to cover it. There you go. Then I'm going to add give it one final stir. It's not even covered. I should have put more water in there, you know, but let's go with this first run. I'm going to add my pressure. I'm not going to cover it up yet. I'm going to add a little bit more water to cover the cow foot. It wasn't enough. So the kettle is now boiled. I'm going to add to cover the cow foot, to cover it. So that should do it. So now I'm going to close the pressure cooker, close it, and then I put my weight on. You should see it goes up instantly because the water is pressure is on. So I want to give it a 10 because it's a pressure, it's cold. I'm going to give it 10 minutes, check, and so on until it's cooked. So as you can see, it starts to pressure. Now the cow foot. Now I'm going to add some butter to my rice and peas. My peas, the rice hasn't gone in yet. And I place it back on. So I'm just waiting for all the seasoning to be cooked before I add the rice. So I'm checking on my chicken. I'm gonna baste it again. Guys, cooking these is a process. And this is all the juice from the chicken. No water added. So I'm going to put it in the oven and let it brown naturally. So while everything else is cooking, this is butter bean, that's from my cow foot. I'm going to wash, I'm just prepping. So while sitting down, I'm just going to prep in the meantime. So this is out. I always have a little thing right here to keep my rubbish in, and then just make one trip to the bin and throw it in the bin. So I wash, so I rinse it off, and I pour it in there. And then I'm going to put in some water and let it stay in the water in the meantime until I'm ready. Until I'm ready for it. So I put it aside. Then I'm going to move on to my sweet corn. This is just for eating with original, just a side. So drain. So I'm going to rinse it off as well. Close it up. Put it aside for later on. Now I'm going to move on to the vegetable. I'm just going to have tomato and cucumbers. I'm just going to make it a little bit because these kids love to waste this. So I'm going to let it drain right here. A bad boy knife. Put it in there. So I'm going to do the first check of the COWFOOT. Remember, cold water on. Remember, pressure cooker is very dangerous. So run some cold water on the pressure cooker until you see the safety mechanism go down. That means all the pressure is out. See what will happen? Okay. See, my safety thing is still up. It's just gone down now. See the difference? But there's still a little bit of steam in it. You can hear it. So steam out. I'm going to get my dish towel and wipe off the top. But I'm going to bring it back to the stove now. You see how? See how hard it is to come up? That means there's still a bit of pressure in it. So give it a little bit of time. Seconds and then release. Drain off and turn up. So this is what it looks like inside of the pressure cooker. Now I'm going to get my fork and I'm going to test the cow skin and COWFOOT. Still tough. So remember when I boiled my kettle water? So I'm going to give it a stir. Scrape down everything down back in the. So I'm going to cover it once again. I want to cover the COWFOOT and give it another run. Then I'm going to give another 10 minutes and then I'm going to come and check again. So for my rice and peas, I'm going to use 7 cups of rice. In it because it's cold time. rice into the pot. The steam is steaming up my lens, guys. Sorry. Clean. Let's go clean off. You don't even clean off. Guys, remember the pepper is in here, so you have to be careful. Here it is. Try your best not to burst that pepper. I'm stirring to just make sure everything's not stuck to the bottom. The pot. Make sure everything is well coated. Then I'm going to cover up the pot. So here I am doing a final check-in of the chicken, giving it the final basting. So as you can see, it's getting a natural brown color as we go. So I'm gonna add the COWFOOT has reached to fork tender. So now I'm gonna add in my last bit of seasoning to the pot. But we're now flavoring the pot now. So here we've got peppers, bell peppers, thyme, so we've got bell pepper, thyme, spring onion, and this is supposed to be hot pepper, but it's not hot. It smells more like a seasoned pepper. So into the pot it goes. So I'm just for the seasoning to cook, because technically this has already been cooked. So I'm just going to cook the COWFOOT. See straight through. So I'm just going to leave it there. So flame down. I'm going to bring it to boil first, then flame down, and that's it. How the rice and peas looking. Put a little bit of foil on it to help with the steaming. So that's how it's looking. Oh, is that the pepper? Lord have mercy, don't tell me. Did I burst the pepper in the pot? Lord, I can't find the pepper. Somewhere in there. When we get to it, when we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. So steam. It's a very, very low heat. Guys, and I'm going to add some more pimento in. So pimento in. Another little stir. Wait for Pata bubble down. So the chicken is finished. See, naturally brown with no browning or anything like that. There you go. COWFOOT is bubbling down, and rice and peas on its last leg. There you go, on its last leg. I'm taking out all the thyme sticks and stuff like that. So on its last leg, steaming down. And then when it's time for dinner, when it's time to dish up, I'll let you know. So butter beans in. Last step. Give it a stir. Remember, COWFOOT is a thing that is gummy. Yeah. So that's how my COWFOOT's looking. Here you go, Giovanni.
Oh, thanks, Mum. And it looks really good.